How is everyone doing? I'm so sorry. I'm like, what, 2 minutes late, but still had to change a bunch of things around just to be here for you all at 10 o'clock. Since many of you DM me and said 11:30 is a little too late for your Betty Bye time, which is fine. Not a problem. I definitely wanted to come online and see everyone today. I've gotten a ton of questions over the past few days and loving it, loving all of you, loving your questions, even though some of them are a tad inappropriate, but I'm just going to take that as a small teeny bit of collateral damage of being on Instagram. So hi Naresh, nice to see you. Oh, Pragi, so glad you made it. I know that you always are here on time. In fact, there's quite a few of you who had requested me to prepone, so I actually redid the story and uploaded it so you guys could all see me come on a little bit earlier. And let me tell you, this is a lot for a girl like me, because when most of us were not in work from home mode, let me tell you, I had agencies doing my social media work and I never actually did anything myself. But all of this lockdown and learning and upskilling has me learning all the little apps and the software and the tools that I need to learn to be more independent on social media, which I think is a good thing. I mean, nothing to complain about at all. So let's wait for a few more of you to join before we start bringing out the big guns. Jagan, do you want to go live? But listen, guys, my only rule about live is if you have lights on in your rooms, that would be great. Because what is really a problem is when I go live with somebody and someone's room is completely dark and I see a fan. I've said this a bunch of times, but no one listens to me. So, how's everyone doing? Hope all well. Midweek, a little bit of a, what do they call this? A happy hump day? Wednesday, right? So, yeah, so let's say hi to Jagan. Jagan, your lights better be on. And by the way, does anyone know how to remove someone from a chat? Because I haven't learned that yet. And this is why I'm always dependent on the person to remove themselves from the chat, which is a bit of an issue. I should have made a note to self last time and made a little post-it note. I have post-it notes here, actually. Guys, you always ask me about being productive. This is how I stay productive. I keep post-it notes. I keep my phone with I know, I'm such a narcissist, right? I've got my own picture, but I'm just showing you my wallpaper. So I keep my calendar on my phone. I have my, Siri is my best friend. I have my calendar on my laptop, and I use a very traditional diary, a planner. So this is kind of, I'm kind of old school, okay? So I actually do stickers and stuff and to highlight, and trust me, all of these tools are not enough to keep me on track of what all I need to get done in a day, and I always go to bed feeling like I could have done more. So but I do get a lot of lovely messages from you guys asking me to rest more. And I've always been one of those people who felt you can sleep when you're dead. No one's really going to wake you up then. So I do as much as I can. However, I am very cognizant of burning out, which I try not to do. And every 4 or 5 days, I try to get a significant amount of sleep. So sometimes, and my family knows, there are days when I just won't come out for 12, 13 hours. That's when my body is catching up. So how is everyone doing? I've gotten a bunch of amazingly interesting questions. And I was mentioning before you all joined, some slightly inappropriate ones, but I usually don't chastise. But I'll tell you a little bit about my love language, okay? Especially on Instagram. When someone gives me a compliment, which is usually lovely compliments, I'm really appreciative and I'll say thanks and I'll send hearts and stuff like that. But when it gets a little bit on the, on the side that is a little uncomfortable, but I kind of don't want to, I don't want to get in social media sniggles with anybody, I'll just give you a namaste, a thank you. See, that's what I do. So that's when you've kind of been complimentary, but maybe a little bit too complimentary in a really kind of personal way. But I have a very, Jagan, you are trying to join the call again, which is perfectly fine with me, not a problem. I just want to make sure you have lights on in your room. So I'm going to agree. And hopefully you'll have some good questions for me if you get on this. And the best thing is, guys, this is hilarious. Okay, people come onto Instagram and they're like, "Madam, what do you do for a living?" I'm like, "Sir, please check LinkedIn for that." Only because, have you seen how much space Instagram gives you? It gives you no space to say anything about what you do. So I literally have my immediate future, my immediate past, and maybe a macro overview about what I do for a living. But I really can't encapsulate my entire career trajectory. Hi, Ramya! Nice to see you! We have been joined by a very old friend and someone who is extremely talented. Shall I start telling everyone here how amazingly talented you are and how much of a nature lover you are? Or feel free to join me on chat and tell me how you're doing. Oh, it's so nice to have everyone. Thank you, Mukul. Thank you for the compliment. This necklace actually was given to me by Style Nook, and I will thank you. Thanks, Ramya. I have lost some weight, just by the way. I've lost 10 kilos. So this is all thanks to my trainer. Yay! Yay, she's joining me. She's joining me. I'm so excited. Okay, this is a really good friend of mine. And I hope, tell you about Nirmala. Why do you want to, how's my pandemic leading you? My pandemic is fine. And I'm waiting for Ramya. Ramya, I'm sending you, I'm good. I'm good, Mujahid. I'm good. Pandemic is perfectly fine. I'm just waiting for my friend Ramya to join me, who seems to maybe having a problem with her connection. You're asking about Nirmala? Who's asking me about Nirmala? Nirmala is a good friend. Oh, right. Of course. No, I put a picture. Nirmala is doing well. I'm so sorry. I was wondering who was, but this is, wow, this is someone who's really paying attention to my stories. This is a friend of mine who just underwent a surgery, but she is doing extremely well and recovering really quickly. So we're excited and we're going to be meeting soon and having girl time. Hi, Nandini. Nice to see you. So my dear friend Ricky, big hugs and kisses to you all the way in Himachal, right? So yeah, so this necklace, like I was saying, is from was curated and sent to me by a brand that I collaborated with and still collaborate with called Style Nook. They're based out of Mumbai. So they're actually they curate and style, they don't call it boxes, but you can go on their website, stylenook.in, and basically tell them about your style, whether this is mostly for women, so tell them about your style, Indian, ethnic, Indo-Western, whatever, and then they'll curate, their questions are really awesome, and they'll curate a bunch of stuff for you and they'll send it over, and you can pick whatever you like, and then you'll get billed just for that, so it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a Stitch Fix, a great solution. Thank you, Ricky. Oh, that's adorable. So yeah, so they sent this to me. So I'm very excited. In fact, this isn't the first time I'm wearing it. I've been wearing it a few times, but in fact, someone very close to me actually said was a very big fan of this necklace and requested me to wear it as often as I could. So here it is. Yeah, do I act or model? No, good question, silhouette writer. I do not act as an actress. I'm generally a drama queen, but I'm not an actress. I do model once in a while. I have been modeling for some time, but that's just kind of more for specific projects or for designer friends of mine who want me to do something for them. And I'm pretty, it's not my profession, so I do it quite selectively. And yeah, so I've done a bunch of magazine covers and magazine inlays and newspaper articles and stuff, but I'm known more, Mujahid, of course I remember your name. Come on, you already told me. Oh, thank you. So yeah, so my dear writer, I think I missed silhouette writer, yes. So answering that question, so modeling is kind of, it's a one-off thing. Whenever something really interesting comes up, I do it. But I'm known more for motivational speaking, for leadership, for women empowerment, issues and values that I care deeply about, and based on my own life story. So that's usually what the coverage is about. The pictures and glamour shots and whatever just kind of go along with it. So do you like my Nandini? You like my answer for acting and modeling? Hi Minnie, nice to see you. Your jewelry is amazing. So big love and huge shout out for that. I've been seeing all of those posts. Rajiv, my dear friend, I salute you as always for your Tamil, which is like amaze balls. And it's what do you say? Konjam adjust panikalam. I'm konjam adjusting only, sir, please. But your Tamil has to improve. Hi Divya, nice to see you. You've been missing for a while, which has been, I was wondering how you're doing, but now that you've joined the chat, I know you're well and kicking, and our kids are doing well. Silhouette Rider, yes, I don't know your name, sir, but that is a Romba Nandri, yeah? Rajiv, yes. No, Romba Nandri that you've kept it at this level. Idoda worst pochina, I think the Tamil will, even Chennai will no longer, what is it? Have a life. So, thank you, Minnie. It's lovely to see you as well. Tamil பேசுவீங்களா? தமிழ் நானா தெரியும் மிஸ்டர் சிலுவட் ரைடர். உங்களோட பேர் என்னன்னு நீங்களே சொல்லுங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் தமிழ் பேசலாம், நோ ப்ராப்ளம். என்னோட தமிழ் டீசெண்டா தான் இருக்கும், ஆனா லைக் I mean, it won't be as good as some other people's. I'm just a disclaimer out there. But it's so much fun seeing you guys, and it's so much easier doing this like live than on DM. DMT. And DM, I'm very monosyllabic because I'm usually doing something else. And someone yesterday told me, somebody, I think his name is Roy. He might even be on this InstaLive right now. But Roy says, Anjali, I think your personality is like a politician. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm the least like a politician because I'm pretty transparent. So whatever you want to take from that. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க அக்காவா? அக்கா நன்னா இருக்கா. Akka is good. Akka is rocking. Akka is rocking because you're all here, so I'm happy. I'm happy to see everyone. And yeah, so your name is Sam. Nice to meet you, Sam. Oh my God, I wonder, I hope I used to have a teacher with the name Sam. You better not be that Sam because I had a lot of, he was a really good teacher. So, yeah, so that is, so I know Tamil. I can speak. I mean, I grew up in Chennai for the most part, so it's not very hard. But yeah, so somebody said that I had a personality of a politician. So I'm just like, why? And the guy was like, oh, that's because you answer in one-word answers. I'm like, that is more, my friend, a function of the time that I have / don't have. So it's not, which is why it's so much easier to do InstaLive. I just put like time aside and we can chit chat. And now I'm even letting you know beforehand with my stories. So you all should be proud of me. Like seriously, I was doing Insta impromptu earlier and just expecting you all to be there. Nalla pesure Tamil ponnu. I'm half Tamil, so I take full pride in that. My mom is actually a Kannada, but don't ask me that. That language I don't know because I've never actually lived in Bangalore, but definitely gone to Bangalore a lot on work. But I'm more of a day tripper, or at least pre-COVID. I go in the morning at 6 and come back out. Thank you, Krishan ji. Thank you. Divya, thank you. That's adorable. But yeah, so just used to visit Bangalore for the day, but never. I have quite a bit of family there, but not really enough to have learned the language as such. So do you all have any interesting questions, or shall I take Mr. Youngin's question? I don't know if he's on the call, but he DM'd me right before I went live asking me if I was going live today, and the question is pretty deep, guys. Like, it's he had asked me what I felt about progeny. Sam, I'll get to your question. Things I like to do, I'll get to that in a minute, but I will answer David's question first. So he asked me, he had asked me over this. I know this question is out of nowhere, but he asked me if I wanted to have kids. And I said, no, I'm really not interested in that idea, because I feel like I have a lot to give the world anyway. And in my opinion, leaving a legacy doesn't just mean having kids. I feel it's like giving back in a large respect. So I am going to, I'm going to take a request from, I have Ramya and I have Sundar wanting to go live with me. So yeah, so I would like to do something for the disabled. I would like to do something for blind, for people with visual impairment. I mean, those are things that I care about. So David, that answer is for you. So that is what I would rather do than have kids and raise them and be worried about it. So that's just my opinion. And he also asked me, who will be Anjali when I get old? And I thought that is a little fundamentally problematic of a question, because one, I don't plan to get old. And even if I do get old, like physically, I'm not sure how much of that you'll be able to see. But, you know, I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm still Anjali, right? There doesn't really need to be a younger version per se. And when I pass on to the next world, let's hope I don't have to worry about that anytime soon. When I pass on, I think what I leave behind in terms of the work that I've done and if I have been able to impact other people's lives or give back to the community, that should be enough. Hey Shrey, happy belated birthday. Ramya, you're unable to join. There is some issue. I'm going to take Sundar. When am I giving you makeup lessons? Oh, Ramya, I will give you makeup lessons anytime you want. Like, you can just home order me. I will get delivered to your doorstep and give you makeup lessons. But I will tell you a tip. This is something that I just discovered. I actually ran out of my contour. So I was using a contouring cream by Huda, which my mom picked up when she was in Dubai. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't able to, I think Nykaa was out of that color or whatever. And I really needed it because I was doing like a bunch of stuff on video. And I ordered this contour pencil, which is by Katrina Kaif's brand called K-A-Y. And it came to me like a pencil. And actually it did a really marvelous job. Like, I just drew the contours, and once I buffed it, it came out like super natural, which I was really happy about. So highly recommend it. So back to Sam and his question for me on what things that I like to do. Hey Aji, good to see you. This is my friend who has just joined, friend, BFF, best writer in the world, a content queen, and newly engaged bride-to-be. So that is your introduction. But Sam, back to your question, what do I like to do, in life or for fun? Do you think you could elaborate? Because most people think I work for fun, which is actually, which is kind of true, but no, I do a lot of things for, what do I like to do? I mean, besides my work, I love, I know this is going to sound a little random, I love learning new things, so I love studying, I'm constantly upskilling, so I've been really into sort of moving on with my education, and have just recently applied and been admitted to a pretty awesome MBA program, which I'm really looking forward to. So that is, when it's not COVID, I love like Latin dancing, I love traveling, I love e-commerce and retail, which is like actually my job. So, you know, I enjoy that part of corporate. I love I love sushi, if that makes sense. I love sushi. I especially love sashimi. So, restaurant recommendation for all those who are in Chennai is go to Dahlia. It's been around for ages, but so Sam, first on work and then on fun. So I bifurcate. I think my work is in two parts. One is obviously my professional career, where, you know, I want to advance in terms of corporate impact, and the other is the work that I do in terms of giving back to society based on my motivational speaking, outreach efforts, and, you know, being able to push others to face challenges based on my own life journey and experiences. So those are my two kinds of work, if I were to define it. So in terms of work, like I have a background in media and PR, which you would see if you went on Google or LinkedIn or just search for me. But I have been an entrepreneur, so I started my own PR agency called Touches, which I ran for a few years, and then transitioned into a retail role with a menswear brand which I find very high. It's called Indian Terrain, so it's been around for a while. I am heavily invested in the business, let's just say. So I run the e-commerce channel for them as well as the East retail region. Good question, Karthik. I have been vaccinated. My first shot is done. My second shot is coming up tomorrow. So which is why I did my InstaLive today, because I wasn't sure how sick I would be for the next 2-3 days and I didn't want y'all to get upset. So Sundar, I'm trying to add you, but but for some reason it just is Sundar Rajan. Like, I'm sending you a request back to see if it works. So if it works, just add yourself, not a problem. So yeah, Karthik, not looking forward to the vaccine, but really excited to have it done because I have to travel soon, and basis that I definitely need to be vaccinated already. So, and this, this kind of puts the anxiety at bay because I've been able to be quite well and healthy thus far. So touch wood, touch wood. On travels, hiking and camping or stay at luxury hotels? Sam, great questions. I will be very honest, I'm not a hiking and camping person, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm not necessarily sure if I would say, oh, I only love luxury. It's not that. I'm just not a big fan of staying out in the forests and mountains and not showering and not having access to a bathroom and stuff like that. So the kind of camping and that I would like to do is called glamping, which is more of a new age term. It's a mix of glamour and camping, glamping. So, which is where, you have like, I don't want to say luxury, but you have like some nice tents and, places where you can shower and go to the restroom and stuff like that. So I'm not really your rough and tumble, like take a backpack and sleep in the sand kind of girl. So I like mountains, I like beaches. Luxury obviously would be great. To be honest with you, I haven't traveled as much in India as I would have liked to, even though was raised here and I'm from here. I think I've traveled more overseas than I have in India. So I think one of the things I would like to do, I guess, when COVID gives us all a break, hopefully, will be to see a little bit more of India and, some of the nicer places. I mean, I've been for work, I've done obviously Bangalore and then the East region, and I've been to places like Nagaland, etc. But that was all for work, nothing for pleasure or to really see the place. So but my favorite city in the world is New York City. So I've actually lived there. I lived there for over a good 3.5 years. So I mean, that is my favorite city in the world because it is such a melting pot of different cultures and interests, and there's something to do for everyone, rich or poor, whatever language you speak, whatever food you like to eat, you'll find some company there. And people in New York are wonderful because they're friendly and they leave you alone. So, you have a nice mix of space if that's what you want, or, kind of can be in a community if that's what you want. So that is, so as far as travel is concerned, I would love to discuss more about travel because, but since COVID isn't allowing me to travel, I try to stop my mind from thinking about it. Or reminiscing and feeling bad about what I can't do. I mean, the room that you guys are seeing me in is literally the room that I have been sitting in since February 2020. Yeah, we are now way past February 2021. So I have literally been working out of this room, which you can see behind me, from a little before the lockdown, just the very first lockdown. So we're, and just trying to be, hey Minal, good to see you. I know that you had joined me and Sunil that day, but I was so afraid to derail him from his speech that I didn't take your comment because he just goes off track and then it's really hard to bring him. Am I dating anyone? What a good question. I am going to go ahead and say no comment to that. So, it's you know how these things are in a COVID situation. It's always a little complicated. So yeah, so I'm going to say that I'm just going to say no comment. Seriously. Karthik, what's your favorite game? Football, basketball, or cricket? Good question. I love cricket when it comes to IPL. So I don't follow like World Cup matches and stuff like that. I don't know why. I just got into IPL because I'm a huge Chennai Super Kings fan. So if you kind of like, I always say during IPL season, if you like cut my hand, like my blood will run yellow. Like that's literally what happens to me. And of course, I've had the privilege of since I work with Indian Terrain, that we've Dhoni Tala Dhoni is our brand ambassador. So that's an even bigger reason to love CSK, not just because of their amazing cricket, but just because, cricket. Football, I'm not a huge big fan of. I never really grew up like watching football. My brother did and stuff like that, so I never really got into it. Love basketball, but that's usually when I'm in the US, so that's when there's basketball fever and people are talking about it, and you can actually go out there and watch a game, either a college game or an NBA game, and enjoy it. But when I'm here in India, it's like not many people follow it, so that whole feverish sport basketball fever isn't really there. Am I dating a man or a woman? I am actually straight, so I'm going to go ahead and say, one, I'm not commenting on dating anyone, so I neither deny nor confirm that fact, number one. Number two, even if I was or wasn't dating anyone, it would not be a woman, because I am, in fact, just hetero. But open to everything. Open to everything in the sense open to other people being open to everything, just to clarify. I'm all about diversity and inclusion. Absolutely, a whole bunch of my closest friends do identify as gay or lesbian or bisexual, or some identify as fluid gender. So, even identify as a they. So I have tons of friends across all pronouns and identifications, and I support their choices 100%. But when it comes to me, I still like the boys. God. I mean, I just love, seriously, 50% of the questions I get on DM are about this. But this reminds me of, what do you call, my dear friend Youngin's question about progeny. I don't think being interested in a significant other necessarily has to mean you have to procreate. Right? You can practice procreation and not really procreate, which I think is ideal, because I think the result of procreation is something that people don't consider before having them. When do I write my quotes? Oh, so you're asking me when? Okay, so I write, thanks Karthik for that. So when I write my quotes, I usually just am inspired to write quotes. It'll be in the middle of my day, when I'm reflecting on something, when I'm grateful for something, when I'm upset about something. If you see, my quotes aren't necessarily, rigged one way or the other. If you notice, I think I generate a lot of positivity, but I do have my off days. But I do write my quotes during the day. I just put them down in my diary that I showed you, and whenever I get the time, I turn them into posts, and they come up on my feed or can be shared. So I do, but I am capable of writing love quotes. Come on, y'all don't give me any credit. When do I silhouette writers? Is it true that you can't love only one person at a time? Of course you can. Who says you can't? I mean, it depends on where you are, right? In your life or in your head. So I know people who say they're not capable of it. I mean, I know that I'm capable of it. I'm capable of it. I don't think that, it's a very layered question, sir. I must tell you. But you guys, I just love how all of you are such love bunnies. I'm just you want love quotes from me. I'll give you love quotes. Like I said, to Mr. Youngin, it's just practice procreation without procreating. And besides, don't you think I have enough to do with my life besides procreate? Come on. So what do I do for fun? Here I'm answering Sam's question, which I'm sorry I dropped you off in the middle earlier, my bad. But so since traveling has been switched off, I do like reading. I will make a recommendation to you guys. I recently read The Undisputed Truth by Mike Tyson, which is an amazing book. It is quite phenomenal. It's so raw. It is so honest. It is so, I mean, he talks about his rise, his struggle, his relationship with his coach, which who I think is like amazing. And it's you know, if you see his downfall was mostly when his coach died. So if you read the book or have watched, we all know Mike Tyson to be the champion of champions, but he kind of, you know, he became an animal in the ring, right? So while he had all these knockouts, he was also imploding as a human being. So and then he gets very honest about his self-destruction. And I think that's the case with a lot of people who are, you know, who achieve a lot of fame, or a lot of what we call poster children, right? We all become poster childs, especially if we're overachievers. We become poster children for a certain kind of achievement or a certain kind of fame. And then you get stuck in that box and you can't get out of it. And so when you can't let it out, you end up imploding. So I think, but I don't want to give too much away on the Mike Tyson book, so you guys go ahead and read it. The other book that I would recommend is Satya Nadella's book on Hit Refresh, I believe. This I read a while ago, but he is somebody that I love, you know, not just because he's Microsoft's CEO, but does any of you here know that he is, in fact, the whole journey of Microsoft and Microsoft having become coming back on top as a player is because of his leadership, and that's because he has a disabled child. So Satya Nadella has a child called Zane, who has cerebral palsy, if I'm not mistaken. So and I think he and his wife, while trying to cope with that, and I think really internalizing the fact that technology should be an enabling feature for people without abilities, has made him, you know, sort of defined his leadership qualities in terms of humanity, humaneness, and I think that's what has made Microsoft what it is today. But if you guys felt that was too much of a rant in the wrong direction, that's fine. For those of you who are actually interested in talking about things like that, you can DM me separately. Oh, we have some wonderful people on the call, so we're going to go ahead and say hi to everyone. Arvind, it's good to see you. Pooja, hi. Karthik, love quotes, you'll have to wait. But I'm sure there are a lot of people out there on the internet you could otherwise be inspired by, I'm sure. Dating a man or a woman, I've already answered. Not a woman, okay? So not dating a woman, for sure. But, guys... yeah, so I've answered football. Trust me, my family is very split on football, so I've already told you guys that football is not happening. In fact, I even skipped the trip to Brazil. So I had a bunch of family that went to Brazil during the World Cup. I was like, no thanks, because I did not think it was a fun idea to sleep in a room with my dad and brother and their friends and then go to some football game and be crushed by a crowd. But I would go see the Olympics if I could. I would love to see the Olympics. I would love to see the Winter Olympics. And of course cricket, and I'm devastated about the IPL, so we will not even get started. And about my dear team, whom I believe will be back next year with a win. So Divya, love seeing you. There is Ramya. So sorry, I'm getting, yes, little Deva, how to impress me, say something. So how to impress me? I think ambition impresses me. I think confidence impresses me. I think men who are in touch with themselves, men who are polite impress me. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of distracting messages. Yeah, so I think somebody who understands me, who takes the time to get to know me, is impressive. I think people who sort of think they know me without really finding out or doing any research isn't very attractive. I think I'm into people who are curious about life, about learning, about education. These kind of things are important to me. So confidence, definitely. Ambition, definitely. Education, definitely. So the quality of conversation is important. The quality of conversation is important. So how are you guys? So tell me, does anyone have any more questions? Or I have a friend who has, so you guys were asking about my friend Nirmala earlier, whom I think is doing a lot better. I had asked her to join, but I do not know if she is going to join anytime soon, because I don't know how well she's feeling. Hi Sanan, nice to see you. It's been a while. How are you doing? Do you want to join me in the chat? Harish, nice to see you. It's great that you guys are joining. Did you guys see? I'm so sorry because I put out an 11:30 and then I put out another 10 o'clock. So I'm not surprised if some of you were confused about the time of the InstaLive today. So do I cook? No, I actually do not cook. I do not know. I'm not very good at cooking. It's just something that didn't really interest me. And, I think when it was time to learn, I didn't. And then it sort of kind of just didn't catch up. So I can boil stuff, I can heat stuff, I can microwave stuff, but that is the extent of my cooking skills. And hey, Gaur, my dear friend Puka has joined, and I'm going to say hi because he has missed me from our Kodaikanal days. We used to travel together all the time and go to Kodaikanal on our vacations when we were kids. So that was definitely fun. So I see you guys are hopping on and off, which is great. But I do have to wrap up soon, guys. I have another call at 11. So I am going to start, let's take the next, say, 5-10 minutes and then wrap up. I think I have, where am I? I am based in Chennai, Harish. I'm based in Chennai right now. So I have Ramya Jaideep Gautam, good to see you. I have Ramya trying to connect again. So I'm going to go ahead and try to connect her. It would be great to see her as well. Yeah. Jaideep, how are you doing? It has been ages since I've seen you. Ramya, I'm trying to get you to, I've got a request from Harish, so I'm going to try to, if you miss out on forests like Bear Grylls, if you miss out of forest like Bear Grylls, what to do? What does that even mean? What does that question even mean? I don't know what that question means. If I miss out on forests, why would I go to a forest? And why would I miss it? I'm sorry, I did not understand that question. Karthik, can you reiterate that question, please? Deepan, good to see you. Ramya, I'm still not able to get you on the line. I think we have Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so just quickly trying to deal with some bloopers there, but I think we're good and we're back in action. Even Harish is unable to join. So I'm going to try and see if there's an issue at my end, but sorry. I am actually responding to somebody who was who came on to the chat earlier, but for some reason got knocked off. But I only have time till 11, so I'm actually letting them know that they can join the chat back, because I will be live for a little bit longer. And then I do not know, given that I'm taking the shot tomorrow, guys, I like literally don't know when I will be feeling better again. But yeah. Yeah, so okay, Arun, oh my god, I haven't seen Arun in forever. How are you doing? It has been ages. It has been freaking ages. Seven Hills, you are unable to join. For some reason, some of you guys have like your systems. Hi, Arjun. Am I wearing a skirt now? Wow, okay, I am. How do you know? Or should I be scared that you're like somewhere in this room? Yes, I am wearing a skirt, but I'm not going to stand up, if that's what you're asking. So, because that would just be ridiculous on so many levels. On so many levels. But yeah, I am. Call Me a Black Monster has joined. Whoa, okay, that is one heck of a handle. For sure. We are, okay, Black Monster, if that's what you want to be called. I almost feel like it's inappropriate for me to be calling anybody that, or referring to anyone by that name. So, okay guys, so if you guys are good and if you would like to wrap up, I'm good to wrap this up if y'all don't have any more questions, because I have a bunch of questions backed up on DM, but I can take them another time since we are, no, I have a little bit more time. Ravi, oh my god, Ravi Rao, whom I have also not seen. You guys never let a party shut down, which I kind of love about all of you, okay? It's just like, just as I think I'm winding down and we're going to wrap this up, it's time to stay another, it's like, you know, mommy, daddy, can I stay another 10 minutes kind of thing. So, yes, very warm good evening to you too, Arjun. Good to see you. Why you are going? Okay, Deepan, I'm not going now. 16 minutes are pending. Okay. Yes, Karthik, your prediction was true. I am wearing a skirt. I did not know that was of much relevance on an InstaLive, but here's the answer if you wanted it. Piyush, good to see you. How are you doing? Piyush usually asks me some very serious questions about the apparel industry. So that is always good to hear, but I welcome other non-serious questions as well. People, in fact, many of the reels I've been cutting recently and putting up for you guys are from my speeches, so you are getting that side of some of my content as well. Listen, for those guys, those of you who want to hear more of my stuff, like, definitely go search my YouTube channel. It's Anjali Rajgopal on YouTube. It's still a really new channel, so you'll have to search for me. But it's the same. It's exactly the same spelling as my handle right now, as my Instagram handle. So you can just go ahead and search me and subscribe, and you'll get like every single video that like comes out after that. So you say never ever give up has joined the call. That's nice to meet you. Never ever give up. How is your face to back to normal after some problems? Wow, we're bringing out the big guns here. Okay, well, long story short, is it back to normal? I don't know. See, okay, well, number one, let me clarify, and this I've said on multiple interviews as well, as I have said to the media and to my friends, is that I have done, I've done multiple surgeries, Deepan. I've had multiple surgeries ever since 2002. So I have done, I've had multiple surgeries. So the thing is, I don't look how I used to look like before my car accident. That is true. But my face has been reconstructed according to what my doctors felt would be aesthetically pleasing. And I have one more procedure coming up, but I mean, because of COVID, I'm not sure what the dates will look like on that, but my plan was to have another surgery sometime later this year. So I mean, I think at least with my life and my life trajectory, I think I will continue to have surgery as and when needed to keep things in place, shall we say, because what happens is, just like there's wear and tear in the body, there's wear and tear in the face as well. So bones, cartilage, and all of that. Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, is there a problem? I mean, we don't have too many choices. So I live with what cards I'm dealt. But I think I would give a lot of credit to my doctors for having done as good of a job as they possibly could at the time. And they will, I'm sure the doctors, my upcoming doctors of my future will do their best as well. Timet, who's Timet79, has joined me. So Deepan, I've answered your question. I actually had not even 7 years. I had a surgery in 2019 as well, but that was not a lot of. That was more. They had to put some like screws into my. I had some defects in my skull, so they had to put some. Okay, you told me past and you get back to your position to be. About your past and I didn't, Deepan, I don't understand if that's a question or a statement. So I mean, my last Insta story was glamorous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the love, guys. Honestly, I think all of you are wonderful. Ravi, it's great to see you. Now's the time to get down and personal with me when I do Instagram Live, because I am much more available on InstaLive than I am on DM. My dear friend Zishan, who has now graced me with his presence, who probably won't say anything because he doesn't like to be out there, but just likes to watch from a distance, which I think is very voyeuristic, by the way. It's just, I mean, you could definitely engage or say something, right? So, okay guys, so if let's go ahead and, yeah, so let's go ahead and start wrapping up that. Yes, okay, so sorry guys, there's someone who's joined the chat but seems to be having trouble joining, and I am not sure what is going on. So sorry guys. So Karan, it's so good to see you. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see you. And I think you just had a live now, which I was unable to join because I had this one. So, but I was just about to wrap up. You want a ramp walk in my skirt right now? No, not possible. I'm sorry. It's just I'm actually in a sitting down position, so Yeah, so I love you too, babe. When are we going to do our live? When are we going to do, when are we, I love you too, but when are we going to do our live? Karan. Oh, okay, I'm going to try to request Karan, and he's being difficult. He's being such a prima donna. Oh my God. How much attitude will you show me, my love? How much? Yes, maybe. Oh, are you coming? Are you coming? Are you coming? You're probably all dressed up and you're probably okay with it. Yes, thank you. Come. Because I was going to wrap up in about 8 minutes, so now you and me can do a quick, at least give everyone a bit of a teaser of what things are going to look like when you, when you and I actually do an InstaLive chat. I've just requested you, so you should be getting something from me. I'm gonna do it again. I am going to quickly. Karan, you just did a live with somebody else. Of course you don't look like shit. Are you kidding? I know you just went live with someone else, like just now. Oh, no. Okay. You know what? Just for declining that, you owe me an InstaLive like very, very soon. Like you and I, we've been saying this to everyone forever, and we are just, we just aren't delivering on our promises. Okay, Raja Ram Tyagarajan, I'm not sure I can respond. What is... Yeah, that was just a weird comment. I guess somebody else is going to have to read it. Oh, are you like literally just, Mr. Rajaram, are you just like typing gibberish? Yeah, so Karan, you said you... Yes, finally. I'm still waiting. I just accepted. Oh, wait, I have to accept. I am sending you the request. I'm doing well, George. It's lovely to see you. Karan, I'm sending you the request, darling. So you need to accept it. Where am I from? I'm from Chennai, sitting in Chennai right now. Sitting in Chennai right now. I'm doing very well, George. I think I got your request on LinkedIn, which I just accepted. And yes, it has been a long time. And I am accepting a request. Karun, I need to, it says you're unable to join. What do I do actually? This is the most priceless question on earth. I have been answering this question. Karun, I've sent you the request. You need to accept it. How are you not getting my request? Wait. Okay, you go ahead and request me. Just go ahead and request me. I'm going to watch for it. Okay? Just go ahead and request me. Because I have like the button which will like pop up now. Anyway, oh, George, I'm so sorry. Oh, yes, I got it. Okay, I have a request from Karun Raman. And it says go, you know what? I think I was pressing wait, I think I was pressing the wrong thing. God, I'm an idiot. Yes, I think it's worked. I think it's worked. Please, God, tell me it's worked. Oh, if it hasn't, I'm going to be so bummed right now. I am going to be so bummed. I'm waiting for Karan to go live with me. Oh, thank you. Thank you, George. That's very sweet of you. Okay, suddenly my video went off. So, guys, I'm trying to go live with my dear friend Karan, and it seems to not be working. But I am now officially out of time because I have a call at 11 o'clock with a friend of mine in the US. So it is daytime for her, and she's going to be taking a break from her work to actually chat with me. So I can't keep her waiting. But guys, I loved being live with you today, and it was a blast. And I thought I got some amazing questions, and I had some wonderful friends drop in from across the country. And you know, you guys who are from Chennai, who are from Himachal, from Kerala, and of course my dear friends Ramya, Karun, Divya, you all, I love you heaps, and we must do this again. I am getting my vaccine tomorrow, so not sure how I'm going to be feeling, but the minute I am up and up again, I will 100% be back. But do not forget, we have another InstaLive edition with Sunil on Sunday. That will be episode number 3. So don't forget. And for all those of you who wanted to know, I have my website. My website has been up and running for months now, but I just updated it. So get on to www.anjalirajgopal.com or get onto YouTube, search for me and subscribe, Anjali Rajgopal. Or if you want to know what I do for a living, which is $1 million question. Actually, it isn't, because everyone knows and it's on Google and stuff. The real place to go and look for that stuff is LinkedIn. But that, my friends, would be an entire InstaLive for another day. So with that, I will love you and leave you. Good night.